Well, Kirk, it was just one of those games. You guys got the ball back, couldn't seem like you get anything going. What did it feel like out there that just wasn't allowing you guys to start clicking?
Yeah, I don't know that it's any one thing to point to. I feel like each play was its own entity. And some of these mistakes are mistakes that, yeah, they hurt you, they cost you, but they're not, our guys are better than that. And so that's where I guess it's encouraging to know that, that was more of a fluke than the norm. So we'll be able to get back to work this week and correct those mistakes. And this performance, I think, will give us an edge in our preparation getting ready for the Saints.
I don't know if you guys have ever had that many drops. Was that just like one of those fluky things you're talking about there?
Yeah, all of our guys have good natural hands and have made some really tough catches this year. So I don't see this as a trend or a pattern. I think of it more as just an anomaly, and it happens, and we'll move on from it. And if anything, it'll help give us an edge this next week.
You guys talk about getting in third and manageable situations. Last time you guys were in third and long. How
Yeah.
much more goes into has to go right on plays like that to get them to convert for first downs?
Yeah, I think the challenge when you get to 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 10 plus is you take a deeper drop. Usually now it goes from taking a 5-step drop to a 7-step drop. That gives defensive ends the opportunity to get up the field more, makes it that much harder on a tackle to protect. And so the pass rush can be a little more effective, and you got to wait a little longer on the longer developing routes, and all of that plays a role. But we did convert some of those longer third downs today, and I think that was something to be encouraged about. But we'll try to stay on those third manageables going forward.
How much tougher is it to get in a hole against these guys than it was 2 weeks ago in the situation you were in?
Yeah, I mean, every week is tough. You don't ever want to be in a hole, but we know this team is a great football team, and they've earned it for a long time. And when you give them turnovers, when you give them, when you play football that has some errors and some mistakes, you're giving a good team a really good chance to put you away. So we had said all week, there's less room for error this week as an offense. We've got to capitalize on our opportunities, and we obviously didn't do that enough today to have a chance to win.
When that happens and you're suddenly in they go onside kick on the next possession,
Right.
You're down 2 scores. How hard is it to stick with that plan
Yeah.
especially when things aren't going well, guys are dropping passes that you don't expect, to stay with it and try not to let the game get out of hand?
Yeah, you have a game plan going in, and as we know, every game dictates how your approach is going to be. And the first couple series certainly changed the process a little bit in terms of understanding we had a bit of a hole to climb out of. But again, I thought we did some good things before the half, driving the ball down. Obviously want to come away with a touchdown there, not a field goal. I felt like that would have helped, but we moved the ball. It was just sometimes beating ourselves. And then again, credit to Patriots. I thought they did a good job taking some things away at times, and that's why they're undefeated.
What's the key to bouncing back from this quickly, getting
Yeah.
it out of your system, and
Yeah.
get back on track?
Yeah, I mean it's not a new experience to us. In the NFL, you're going to have tough weeks, heartbreaking losses, and you got to always bounce back. And so we know that going into the season that's going to be a part of the process. So we'll have an edge to us. I think the performance today will cause guys to want to come back on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and really have a great week of preparation and put a great product out there next Sunday at home against the Saints.
We have talked earlier in the season about pivotal games that kind of decide the trajectory of your season. Do you look at this one now as one of those where if you can get back to within a game of 500, no one's
Right.
run away with the division?
Right.
If you fall back even farther, it's
Right.
hard to see a way forward for you guys. Do you
Yeah.
look at it that way?
I think there's no doubt that we said at the beginning of the year you never want to have to be playing catch up. You want to be in the driver's seat and be in control, and you do that by winning games out of the gate. So we're not in the spot we wanted to be at 3-5, but we do feel like we still have a lot of football left to be played, and all of our goals are out there in front of us, and we're going to take it one week at a time and see where we are at the end, but not look any further than the Saints, that's for sure.
Games like this can be measuring stick games. Do you feel like you guys are way far off,
Yeah.
or is it inches away
Yeah.
that make a difference in the NFL
Yeah.
between the Patriots and you guys?
That's a great question. And I don't know that I have a great answer, but that is a great question. I think we look at ourselves and say, how close are we to a team that's undefeated and doing everything at a high level? Where do we rank in relation to that? And obviously today we weren't at that level, but I think it was a good test to kind of see a team that's doing things at a high level. And like I said, if anything, it'll cause us, I think, to come back this week and say, hey, if that's what it takes to do it at a high level, let's focus in a little more, let's work a little harder, see what we can do to try to play up to where we know we're capable, because there is a lot of talent on this team, and we've got to be able to show that week in and week out. Thank you.